And once again, pinch and a punch for the first in a month. Though don't do that to Mitsuru, she'd probably kill you. Definitely. Don't know when we'll be attacked, huh? That giant glowing 7 in the corner, yeah, Mitsuru obviously can't see that. It's a good thing the player does know when they're going to be attacked, at least most of the time in this game. Oh, and you might notice that everyone's, well, taken off their jackets. We're officially into summer in the Northern Hemisphere, which means that everyone's now in their summer uniforms. So if we talk to Yukari, see, she's in her summer outfit too. She's saying the same thing, but, yeah. Unfortunately, the pause screen doesn't reflect this, it still shows the winter uniform, which I do prefer, but the summer uniforms are cool too. Actually, excuse me for a moment while I consult the guide, because I forgot who we're supposed to be seeing today. Okay, now I see why I forgot. We're actually doing Emperor today. Which we haven't even touched since we started. And you don't really see any representation of Hidetoshi on the in your classroom at all. You just have to go to the student council room, which thankfully is right outside, but can be a little less obvious knowing what days to go there. And yeah, everyone's now in summer uniforms. And yeah, like most social links, the actual work we do on this whole committee isn't really relevant, basically. Interesting because back in high school when we would do debating was available as an extracurricular activity, one of the most common debates, I think pretty much in any high school, was should school uniforms be abolished? There are arguments either way. Of course, to people watching in America, you don't have school uniforms anyway, so you wouldn't understand why it's even an issue, but it's a waste of time is the best thing to say here. So we get a bit of an idea for Hidetoshi's character here. This is pretty much the first time we're actually really seeing him. So yeah, in fitting with the Emperor Arcana being all about authority and leadership, he's pretty much he's obsessed with the rules and basically, yeah, just obsessed with rules. Later on this link, some of the options get a little bit strange, but not just yet. Just keep thinking about the school uniforms thing. That, to me, feels like one of the biggest cultural differences between America and between American schools and schools in other English-speaking countries, because America seems to be one of the few that doesn't have uniforms. In fact, I found it very strange that I read that apparently, like, enforcing a dress code by a government institution goes against the Constitution, so it's practically illegal to wear school uniforms in America, in public schools at least. Yeah.
Hey, Yucatan, have you seen the posts on the student message board?
So, this is that cutscene I was talking about. That's one of my favourite in the game, and a favourite for a lot of people. Also part of why a lot of people like Junpei so much.
You know how last week that girl was found by the front gate? Well, there's this rumor that it was an angry spirit from this one ghost story.
Now he's just clearly trolling Yukari. Getting her back for that Ace defective comment.
Hey, come on. Nobody believes that stuff, right?
I find Yukari's attitude a little weird here because, to quote Pirates of the Caribbean, she should start believing in ghost stories because she's in one.
So, what is this ghost story about?
And Mitsuru believes it.
What?
Well, I mean, if there's any chance that the ghost story could actually be about shadows, we definitely need to investigate.
It's probably made up, so why bother?
I'm interested. Go ahead and tell us.
And here it comes. This is the moment that many people have probably been waiting for.
Good evening. Welcome to Junpei's Believe It or Don't. There are many strange things in this world. According to one story, if you get caught at school late at night, you'll be devoured by a maniacal ghost that roams the halls. The other day, this friend of mine, let's call him Shu, he said to me, "Junpei, I saw something strange." He sounded serious, so I asked him what he'd seen. He said it was about the girl in 2E. He claims he saw her go into the school on the night of the incident. I couldn't believe it. She's not the kind of girl to be out at night. But Shu was as white as a sheet. He insisted it was true. Then, it hit me. That ghost must have tried to make her its dinner. And that's why they found her lying on the ground by the gate. I felt a chill run down my spine, and I broke into a cold sweat. Yes, there are strange things in this world. Believe it or don't.
What do you think, Akihiko?
I had to resist not bursting out laughing at points during that. I'll just say that that Vic clearly had fun with that whole scene. That was amazing. Yeah, this scene's one of the main reasons why Junpei is so popular.
I think it's worth investigating.
Wow, I didn't know you were afraid of ghosts, Yucatan. That's kind of funny.
Especially seeing as she goes into a paranormal realm every night and fights demonic things.
Hey, watch it! Fine, then let's investigate. We'll each ask around for the rest of the week. I'll prove to you that this ghost story is just an urban legend.
In a game like this, I highly doubt that.
I appreciate that. The story is a bit unnerving.
Then I'll let you guys handle it. Just make sure you sleep with one eye open.
Even Akihiko's getting into the trolling. I remember one of the first things that I read about that game was this game basically was people mentioning the hilarity that was Junpei's Believe It or Don't and not giving it any context at all. So I had no idea what I was in for, and then that happened, and then I was like, oh, okay, that is amazing. Yeah, rumors spreading fast might be a reference to Persona 2 again. Where is she? She's gone. Yeah. We better get to the bottom of this. Yes, there may be ghosts haunting the school. As you can see, no Tartarus today. What? Interesting. Wonder who that news report was for the benefit of. I wonder if Yukari's in her room. She's the one right above us. Oh, she's not? Okay, then. I'm actually not sure where she is. Not in here. Oh, there she is! No wonder I didn't notice her. She's in this place I didn't even know existed for a while. Researching the ghost story online, huh? I think all you'd find is just bad creepypasta if you do that. Anyway, though, tonight we have something special to do in our attempt to max charms, so we should go ahead and do that. So, Monday nights, we head to Polonium Mall like usual. And in fact, like usual, we're going to be heading to the arcade. Well, like usual for Tuesdays and Saturdays. There's more of the Lost here. And exactly a week until we can do something about it. So today we have Print Club and the Punching Bag. Print Club is thankfully half the price of the Horror House, so that's going to make things a lot better on us when it comes to money. So yeah, using the photo booth increases your charm. And that is what we do on Mondays and Thursdays. But what we do at late night hasn't changed. Well, the only thing that has changed is the fact that we want to make sure that we get rest when we're tired now, because there's no benefit to being tired anymore. Uh-oh. Speaking of which, yeah. There's no benefit to this, so want to sleep early tonight. Oh wait, we can't sleep early, because something's about to happen. We're about to get another unwanted visit.
Good evening.
Hi there, mysterious creepy boy, I expected you.
I came to see you again, as I promised. How are you?
Creeped out. Like always.
I'm glad you remembered me.
How could we forget you?
Now, in another week, the moon will be full again.
Yeah, we know that.
And the next ordeal will be upon you. So be careful.
As if the game hasn't already drummed that into your head by now. We actually will need to get ready for this one.
I'll come again.
Oh no, of course he will. Thankfully, that visit from Mysterious Creepy Boy was brief. And, of course, we're still tired. Gary Stu probably couldn't sleep because of being creeped out so much. Speaking of being creeped out, how's Yukari doing? You know, we probably shouldn't tell her that a mysterious boy just randomly appears in our room from time to time. Yeah, no we don't. She actually gets mad at you regardless of which you choose there. You only have until Friday, but that's not when the full moon happens. The full moon's on the following Monday. So what's going to happen on Friday? Ogetsu Monogatari, I think, is just another collection of poem stories. Oh, and of course, everyone's got the... everyone's obsessed with ghost stories these days. Oh, Yukari would not like to hear. Unfortunately, she's sitting in the front row. Now, while technically this would help improve our tiredness, we're actually going to stay awake because we definitely need the boost to academics. Okay. Huh. I had a feeling it would be one of those ghost stories with a mundane ending. Ah, Chihiro's here. We're actually going to be seeing her today. Yes? Thinking about what? And that is exactly what we're going to do. Oh, actually we're seeing our two newer social links here. We will soon, but not quite yet. I haven't seen you there for a bit. Yeah. Hey, I've got a ghost girl here. She's not exactly cute, though. Anyway. Actually, I guess if we are tired, I might as well show what happens if you refuse the medicine from the nurse's office. And yes, after you've gone to the home economics room once, Bebe will actually just be outside your classroom every other time you want to talk to him for a social link. So you don't have to trek all the way down to the home economics room every single time, which is definitely a helpful thing. So let's see what happens when we refuse this courage medicine. I had to make sure not to mash through the dialogue this time, like I usually do. So if we say no, which you do not want to ever do before you've maxed courage, oh yes, and old medicine is safe to have too. But you get a curing item for that. So that's possibly the only benefit to being tired during school days at this point in the game. Free healing items are certainly appreciated though. And because we don't need to be tired, if you go to the bathroom, there's a chance that your condition improves, but it might not. That lasts way too long, honestly. That sound. Hey, we've got over being tired somehow. Don't ask how that works, but apparently it does. If you go there while you're good, you have a chance of becoming great, which is what the bathroom in the dorm is mainly used for. I didn't do that before because we wanted to be tired, but now I might have some use for it. Now, we don't technically need Archangel yet, but we will right after getting to rank 2. This is a social link where you need a matching persona quite early into it, which is why I took the effort to fuse it. So let's go! Time for the first instance of the Justice link where our answers actually matter. Hey, we're at Bookworms Use Books, that was cool. Sadly, we're not actually going to be interacting with the Hierophant social link for a while now. Don't worry about it is the best option here. Well, this is the first time someone's actually really gone to the bookstore for books in this whole game. Now, I think this is kind of funny how this game caters to people with, let's just say, various tastes. I read the classics is the option you'd probably think would be the best for her, and that is an option that does work, like as in it equally gives points for the other one, but I read manga is also the best option here, so it's either of these two, so you could be either a manga fan or a fan of the classics here, as long as you just don't pick these two. We're gonna say we read manga, because if we do... yeah, Chihiro reveals some interesting things, that she's also a fan of manga. And, oh boy, this. Irony. Gary Stu likes that one too. No, definitely not. It's obvious which options you don't want to choose here. Being able to be yourself when you're with someone else is definitely a good thing. And so, the Justice Arcana has reached rank 2, and from this point on, you do need a matching persona every time you talk to her. Thankfully, it's almost guaranteed that you'll have an Angel by now from Shuffle Time, so if you don't have an Archangel, you can just buy Angel back from the Compendium very cheaply if you need to see Chihiro. So it's not that hard. Friendly Senpai. Oh boy, how that term's been mangled by the internet. Friendly Senior, basically. And she said sophomore, and now I finally know what that means. I think that means that she's year 10, and we would be year 11, I think. And that's probably right.
Sup, dude?
Huh. You know, that's not a bad idea. That isn't a bad idea. Oh, also, if you're talking to Yukari and Junpei tonight, make sure you talk to Junpei first. That's the only way this conversation makes sense. The Junpei zone. And one of the first instances of actual swearing from Junpei as well. Yeah, so that only makes sense if you've talked to Junpei before. I made the mistake of talking to Yukari first in my practice run, and I got completely confused. Yeah, fun research, huh? Uh-oh. Well, I pretty much know nothing about the stock market, except for that one anime that I used to watch that was really interesting, where, yeah, summon creatures fought each other, but the whole thing was a metaphor for the stock market. That was actually pretty cool. I'm annoyed that I don't think that's been released on DVD anywhere where I live. Definitely possible that it's Shadows. And yeah, now that I think about it, it might actually be not a bad idea to go to Tartarus tonight. Because we have to go on one day this week, and it can't be Thursday. And I guess we should free up later in the week for possibly going again, just to clean up stuff if we don't reach the block by today. And we do need to grind, so actually I think we will be going to Tartarus tonight. I'm not sure how much of this session I'll show though. It depends on whether we get to a high enough level to fight the boss before getting tired. I'm not sure if we will, so might be mostly a grinding session that will mostly be off camera. But anyway, I might just show bits of it, so see you then.